Have you ever questioned why, even though you feel you have a higher mission, the financial issue continues to be a permanent battle? It's practically paradoxical, isn't it? Individuals with such a profound soul, with a special connection to the cosmos, frequently find themselves caught in a whirlwind of economic limitations. Perhaps you've even wondered, if I'm part of the chosen ones, if my destiny is something grand, why do I find myself in this situation? Because money seems to elude me while others obtain it without much effort. Today we're going to reveal an enigma that few dare to examine. The reason why the chosen ones face so many economic obstacles. We're going to interpret how spirituality, the principles of the cosmos, and your own inner growth are closely connected to this experience. And most importantly, how you can reverse this circumstance. If you stay with me until the end, you'll understand something fundamental. You're not destined to exist in deprivation, but rather these obstacles can be the key to activating your authentic potential. This is not just another narrative about how to attract prosperity. It's a journey to the center of your being and how to use that nature to modify your existence in a genuine and meaningful way. But before we delve into the topic, let me transport you to a moment you surely recognize well. It was a calm dawn. The full moon dimly illuminated Andrea's modest bedroom, a young woman who had constantly perceived in her being a particular connection with something higher, something she couldn't describe with words. Surrounded by personal growth texts, scattered notes, and an unfinished cup of lukewarm tea, Andrea attentively contemplated her financial statement on the computer. The balance was practically non-existent, and the suffering in her soul combined with irritation. She had worked intensely, had strived to act correctly. She meditated, visualized, and practiced gratitude. So why did she continue feeling like she was swimming against the tide? Why did money always seem to represent a struggle while she observed less awakened people, less dedicated to their evolution, existing comfortably and even in prosperity? That night, Andrea couldn't hold back some tears. Is this a test? Is the cosmos placing barriers to strengthen me, or am I doing something wrong? She questioned herself. Her reflections led her to her childhood, remembering how she had always perceived that she was different, as if she were predestined for something particular. But now that perception of mission collided with the harsh reality of her obligations to settle. While looking at the ceiling, exhausted but unable to fall asleep, Andrea experienced an illumination, a whisper within. All of this has a purpose, but you don't perceive it yet. You're being trained for something higher. The answers you long for are not found in the external world, but in what you carry internally. That moment of lucidity didn't provide instant remedies, but it activated something in her. Andrea determined that whatever happened, she wouldn't give up. That night marked the beginning of a different journey, a journey in which she began to question her convictions about money, worthiness, and her function in the universe. A journey that, although filled with challenges, would provide her access to a deeper understanding of her true essence. Now then, what Andrea didn't know at that moment, and what numerous chosen people don't understand either, is that these obstacles don't constitute a punishment nor an indication that you're failing. They're part of a metamorphosis process. And this is where the authentic content of this video begins. We're going to explore the origin of these experiences and how you can convert them into the key to your liberation. Are you ready to discover it? Let's begin. Why do the chosen ones face economic obstacles? Is it merely bad fortune, a celestial punishment? Nothing could be further from the truth. To understand it, we must first understand what it means to be a chosen one. A chosen one is not someone superior or more valuable. It's someone with a profound mission, someone predestined to contribute light, to generate change, to break old schemes and form something innovative. But this path is not simple because it involves metamorphosis. And metamorphosis always begins from disorder, from restlessness. Money, that force so potent and simultaneously so misunderstood, plays a fundamental role in this journey. Economic obstacles are a reflection of the convictions we have received and developed about our value, worthiness, and prosperity. And here lies the key. They're not just figures on a financial statement, they're a reflection of your internal universe. The chosen ones frequently arrive with a soul loaded with previous experiences, with ancestral and collective schemes that require healing. Many of us carry deeply rooted ideas like, money is impure, I can't be spiritual and prosperous simultaneously, or even suffering is the only way to reach enlightenment. These convictions are deeply rooted in our subconscious, and without realizing it, they function as obstacles that prevent us from opening ourselves to authentic prosperity. But here's the twist. You're not predestined to exist in deprivation. These trials exist to push you to question, to break those limiting convictions, and to align your relationship with money with your higher purpose. Because like everything in the cosmos, money is energy. It's an instrument, a reflection, not an objective in itself. And for the chosen ones, the teaching is not to accumulate wealth without purpose, but to learn to manifest it from a place of balance, of love, and of connection with your essence. Let me question you about something. How many times have you deprived yourself of something you genuinely desire because you feel you don't deserve it? How many times have you said, I can't afford it, instead of asking yourself, how can I make it possible? Each time you act this way, you reinforce a cycle of deprivation, a scheme that keeps you tied to the idea that money is beyond your reach. The cosmos, in its infinite wisdom, doesn't sanction. It offers us challenges so we can evolve. So if you're facing economic obstacles, reflect. What teaching exists here for me? What conviction about money do I need to modify? Prosperity begins when you understand that it's not only about money, but about your connection with the energy of accepting. And this is where numerous chosen ones stumble at the beginning. They don't know how to accept. We're so accustomed to giving, to protecting others, to placing our purpose above our needs that we forget we deserve to accept in the same proportion. Accepting is not egocentrism, it's harmony. When you understand this, you'll realize that you don't need to choose between being spiritual and being prosperous. Both aspects can cohabit because money doesn't pervert. What achieves that is disconnection from your purpose. If you use wealth to amplify your light, to fulfill your mission, then money transforms into a sacred instrument. The next step is to harmonize your energy. If money is energy, you need to vibrate in consonance with prosperity. This involves modifying the way you express, contemplate, and experience about money. Each time you declare, I never have enough, you reinforce that reality. But if you begin by being grateful for what you already possess, even if it's scarce, you generate a space for more to arrive. Gratitude, worthiness, and conscious action are the three keys to unlocking your prosperity. And don't forget something very relevant. Act from trust, not from fear. Frequently, the chosen ones have extraordinary ideas, projects that could transform existences, but they immobilize themselves because they feel they require resources before beginning. But here's the secret. The cosmos responds to movement, not to waiting. Take a step, even if it's minimal, and trust that the resources will appear when you require them. Now is your opportunity. Everything you need to modify your connection with money already resides within you. Economic obstacles are not a condemnation. They're an invitation to evolve, to heal, to free yourself from schemes that no longer benefit you, and to discover your authentic power as architect of your reality. If you've arrived here, it's not coincidence. The cosmos has provided you this message because you're ready to take the next step. So I want to request something from you. Reflect on what we've discussed and share it in the comments. What convictions about money do you perceive you need to modify? What teaching is the cosmos revealing to you at this moment? And if this message has connected with you, subscribe to the channel. This is only the beginning of a path full of growth and metamorphosis. Together we can form a community of chosen ones who understand that authentic prosperity not only modifies their existences, but also the world that surrounds them. Remember, you're here for a reason. The trials you face are not barriers. They're steps toward your magnificence. Now is your moment to shine. If you made it here, I congratulate you. You're one of the few people who possess the capacity to maintain so much attention. And so you know you arrived here, comment I am aware, and I will greet you personally in the comments. Until the next encounter.